Oh, oops, I fell. I just realized that I fell. Because obviously you can't see the whole set of mons I've got, but it's actually not that big of a deal. Some surprise elements at the end, even though thanks to my awesome editing skills, I will only show the mons one at a time, or maybe two at a time. I can actually decide that after I record, so it doesn't even make a difference. Okay, yeah. Oops. I was even at the wrong one at the beginning. This goes well. Okay, what is this? This is NPL draft analysis video for the tryout tournament. I think this is like a seasonal thing, so it's like 2018 that we're going through right now. Who am I? I'm Stipe, the coach of Metagross Magnitogorsk. You may have seen me as a coach of Helsinki High Jump Kicks, but there was another Helsinki team, and because I have used this before, I was like, let's go with this. And like, the thing is, I think people highly overlook the importance of naming your team correctly, because think about my team name, for example. It's like Metagross Magnitogorsk. Fuck, what is this? Yeah, and if you have that like with the Russian accent, like Metagross Magnitogorsk. Okay, that sounded horrible, but like you get the point. It's like it sounds already so threatening that your like weaker opponents are just scared, like they just can't, like they can't even start playing, because like they're just too scared in front of that epic team name. So it's like people don't really like consider this enough, in my opinion. So that's why like I'm definitely considering myself the biggest favorite to win this whole thing. Anyway, just something about why I chose to go with. Okay, now I get it right. Metagross Magnitogorsk. That was better. I got the stretch where exactly I wanted. What the fuck is this? That's finished, by the way. I'm not Russian. I'm actually finished, but Metallurg Magnitogorsk is a Russian ice hockey team. In case you were interested. Okay, to the draft. I want to keep it this short, like I have not done so far. First mon, Celestila. Okay, so the draft. Like, I'm not gonna talk about like how this works, because I like literally 47 other videos about that. But like, 9 to 12 months, 115 points to spend, 25 Z points. I'm having some cool edits here, so you can keep the track on how much points I'm spending and how much I'm having left. Celestial, so I was the second in the draft order. For some reason I've been being like super lucky in almost like all my drafts lately, being either like first or second. But like, yeah, in every draft pool, which I was in draft pool C, and I'm telling this because you want to know it anyway, because you don't remember if you were in the same draft pool as I was, and you want to know it anyway. So I was in C. But yeah, in every one of the pools, Coco went first, Celestila second. I'm not so sure if I really like Celestila that much, but like, I don't know, I just felt like I haven't really tried it since like the very early Sun and Moon, so I was like, let's try it. And I mean, even though it's maybe not as good in my opinion as in a lot of other people's opinion, at least I can like make it do well what it can do well, which is basically stop fairies. So, and it has like one of the most I guess underrated moves in the game, which is lead sheet, so I can work around that. But yeah, I'm not like giving Z or anything, because I don't think the offensive sets are as viable as people think they are. At least I thought so until Mega Oshawott put in a pretty cool sweep in this league. So with Celesteela. Anyway, yeah, Celesteela. I'm planning to like make this fairy stopper, and I'm kind of planning my team around that. I didn't really make a team that supports offensive steel at all, so that's why I didn't ever even consider having a Z. Anyway, next pick was Latios. I've never used Latios, but it's a cool offensive dragon that goes very nicely with Steela. It resists Steela's weaknesses, and Steela deals with fairies that Latios doesn't deal that well with, and I have the Z option on this. I had a couple of other options in mind, but I decided to go with Latios because it gives me some very cool low tier Z users, and also because I just get to drop the nice Z Dracos, for example, and some cool, I guess, support Z moves as well are available. Next, oh yeah, by the way, Celesteela is no clickbait because no clickbait was promised in the thumbnail. I saw some awesome layouts, so I got like 3 awesome layouts. I was thinking of going with 4 awesome layouts, but I went with 3. Anyway, my next pick was Greninja. I was like, I didn't have any hazards with my first 2 picks, and I kinda like tried to gather some hazards early on, because if you don't, then it becomes like a lot harder later on. So Greninja gives me hazards, and it gives me some speed and U-turn. It's a nice, reliable mon I have experience of using. I was actually thinking of like Krook as well. I would have liked Krook a lot too, but I thought it was gone for some reason, but it wasn't, so I kinda felt there, but it doesn't matter. Greninja is a fantastic mon as well. So yeah, I have my last of the layouts. Next, it's Nihiligo. Another mon I have some experience with. Like most of the mons I drafted, I don't. I have like 4 mons I have experience with, and the rest I really don't. I don't count Celesteela to one of the mons I have experience with. But anyway, Nihiligo, a fantastic mon. I have 2 Beast Boost mons, and it's like one of the best draft abilities, really, because it's a kind of an ability just that gives you, like, wins you games, and I get rocks, I get T-spikes, just a lot of utility, a lot of offensive pressure, presence, special bulk. I don't know. It's like, I don't remember like what's my exact reason it was. It was fairly cheap, like 14 points, and it kind of fit my team well, and it's a great mon, so why not? And with it, like another wheel pick was, or pseudo wheel pick was Breloom. I needed a wall breaker. I mean, I guess Latios can kind of work as one, but I guess generally physical mons are better. I guess, at least that's the feeling I have. And Breloom can, like, it has the strong Mach punch, and that's just, I love having that. I'm really excited to use this mon, and Spore is a very spammable thing. I guess like one thing with Celesteela is I've been experimenting with the thought of just running Leech-Seed spam, like another grass type next to it, so I can just spam Leech-Seed. I guess Breloom isn't the best one to do that, but I'm like interested in trying it though. But yeah, Brown, very excited for sure. Next I went for Swampert, just because, like, I need ground type, I need a boogie water type. This mon goes very nicely with Steel. I was looking for Seismitoad, but it got sniped like 2 picks before this. And I really didn't want to go for Gastro or anything, because I really value the rocks high, because I don't really want Nihiligo to be forced to run rocks ever. But yeah, Swampert is like, I don't know why it's like generally valued higher than Seismitoad when it has like so much worse abilities and only a little bit better bulk. It's slower. I don't think its move pool is like Swampert doesn't get knockoff, and I think actually my only knockoff user in this whole roster is gonna be Nihilago, which is like the worst knockoff user ever. But whatever. Like I guess everybody, like literally everybody, like even the stupidest and worst player can understand why Swampert works for this team. So next up, Mega Man Electric. So my doggo. I mean, you can see the nicknames. I don't have to like go through them. Like, let's give this an ability for us. Yeah, this got turned cool. Yeah. Okay. So, like, I was thinking, like, at this point there was only one team, like, besides mine, without a Mega. But I was like, okay, they could go for Mega Man Electric, and I was like, I'm not gonna risk it because like I was thinking other megas. I was thinking of other megas. Like Mega Teetar would have been great. Like not only because it's like 11 points, which is like absolutely ridiculous, and I don't think like I don't think Mega Teetar was drafted in any of the pools, which I don't understand what people are smoking. It's like single-handedly the biggest steal you could have in like any, like out of all of the mons, in my opinion. But like I just figured that Mega Man Electric gives me the speed that nothing else left really could have been able to provide for me. So that's why I wanted to go for Mega Man Electric rather. And well, later I checked the draft analysis of D-Train, who was one coach without a Mega at that point, and turned out that it was a snipe. So like, really the true value of your draft is it's evaluated not as much by the cohesiveness of the roster, but rather than the value of the snipes you make. And I think like making a snipe that completely denies a Mega Pokemon from someone else's team is like the best possible snipe, because D-Train ended up not getting a Mega at all. So Mega Man Electric was a perfect pick, obviously. So yeah, but that's enough of that. Also, there are like people who say that they would never draft Mega Man Electric, like except Striker would be better and some BS, but like, why am I even talking about this? It's like so obvious that Mega Man Electric is a fantastic mon. Like, it can just sit there and set basically the whole pace of the entire game. It's good mon. Period. Okay. I went for like my next two picks was just getting some bulk and patching some of my weaknesses. So first of all, fighting is a typing that destroys me. And also, I guess, dark and also ice. So maybe, yeah, I would say that 3 or 4, well actually, yeah, 4 of my next picks, just getting some bulk, trying to patch my weaknesses. First goal, but gives me defog. That was like the first thing I was looking at. And also like these are my next pick, where like I was playing pool, was like having no idea what I wanted, so I just grabbed Golbat and Gramble. Now Batsy on my pool. Gramble is also my Z. I mean, like the main thing I'm looking at the Z is access to Z heal bell, but also like offensive Z can be pretty cool. But yeah, I have never used Golbat or Gramble, but at least Gramble looks like super cool. It has like a lot of offensive utility and some nice stats. Can be pretty bulky with Intimidate and maybe AV or something like that. But yeah, that's cool. Then I went for Fortress, so I was like looking at like something like maybe Blissey plus Haunter for my next two picks, and then when Blizzy got sniped, Kecleon plus Doublade was something, but like then Kecleon got sniped. So I actually realized that Fortress is left, and it was perfect because it gives me one more rocks. It gives me some Volt Switch, ice resists. So just a perfect fit for my team. I have a lot of experience with Fortress. People hate it for no reason, pretty much. So that's cool. Next up, Spiritomb. I mean, I was looking at Doublade for the longest time, but then I was like, I can take that. I go Fortress. So like Spiritomb is cool because it can just. First of all, it kind of patches my ghost weakness in a sense that it's a ghost type that can beat other ghosts. And also it's very nice for fighting types, which I still, even after having Trample plus Gold, but I can struggle a lot against, so... And yeah, Spinner is cool, so... I mean, not Spinner, the Spin Blocker, yeah, whatever. Spiritomb has a horrible, like, move pool, but it has some move pools that can work though, or like set options rather. And I gave it C because it was either that or Golbat, and Spiritomb was less horrible of an option. Okay, the next, the last mon, 1 point left, is the man, the myth, the pinch, the Trapinch. I just figured that. Okay, so like my idea with Trapinch, I was like, when I was like drafting the Mega Man, actually I was like, hey, oh my god, I have to pick Trapinch. Okay, yeah, so the idea here is that obviously like it synergizes with Celesteela pretty amazingly, trapping fire and electric types. It's not like so much that I would be using it, it's just having, like in a format where you can have 2 or even 3 monsters more than your opponent, just gives you so much more possible different kinds of teams that you can make. And especially when it's a mon like Trapinch that at least like puts that seed of doubt in your opponent's heads. Can I bring a Magmortar in a game or not, is like, that's what I want. I want to make your prepping as painful as possible. And that's why Trapinch is there. The pinch. I was trying, okay, yeah, I guess that's all. I was trying to make this as quick as possible, but I'm just very bad at making quick draft analysis, so I don't even know how to say that word. Analysis is the thing, you know. I hope everybody knows what I'm trying to say. Analysis. Also, I'm sorry for if my the sound quality is horrible. It's like I was like trying to get my like headsets work on my desktop, but just horrible static noises. And then I tried on my laptop, like just using the internal mic of my laptop, and like that was the best I could do. So that kind of goes to tell how horrible my headset situation is at the moment. But yeah, that's all. I hope everybody enjoyed. Good luck for everyone for the season, and I'll be back with some pool games soon. There are gonna be 5 of them, and after that there are gonna be like 4 left games. That's a promise. Alright, yeah, whatever. This is Type signing out. Bye.